want any toys.
No toys?
We decided that this Christmas Eve was going to be strictly for the family.
Jingle bells, boring all the way.
Remember when Christmas episodes were simple? A tree lighting here, a touching lesson there, maybe a snowman that didn't look terrified? Yeah, classic TV had other plans. We got drunken Santas, hostile takeovers by militant feminists, weaponized tackiness in suburban decorating wars, and so much more festive chaos. Did they all have holiday spirit? Absolutely. Did they make sense? Not always. Today we're counting down 20 of the strangest, most gloriously bizarre Christmas episodes television ever produced. Before we dive in, be sure to like and subscribe. Number 20, The Beverly Hillbillies, Home for Christmas, 1962.
Finish your game, then we'll head for the shady rest and some of that Christmas dinner.
Oh, I feel guilty about not helping with all that cooking.
The Beverly Hillbillies ran for 9 seasons on CBS, following the Clampett family after striking oil and moving from the Ozarks to Beverly Hills. Buddy Ebsen played Jed Clampett, the sensible millionaire still wearing overalls. Donna Douglas was Ellie Mae, the animal-loving tomboy who treated critters better than suitors. Irene Ryan brought Granny to life, the feisty matriarch with zero patience for city folk. Max Baer Jr. played Jethro, the lovable dim-wit nephew. The episode starts innocently with the Clampetts planning their first airplane flight home for Christmas. They board a fancy train that takes flight and become convinced the in-flight Western movie means wild Indians are attacking the plane. Jethro genuinely asks how they'll get home in hours when driving took 6 days. That bus driver must know one heck of a shortcut. Pure fish out of water comedy gold. Number 19, The Andy Griffith Show, Christmas Story, 1960.
Barney, you ready? Yeah. I'd hit it.
The Andy Griffith Show ran for 8 seasons on CBS, following small-town sheriff Andy Taylor in Mayberry, North Carolina. Andy Griffith played the wise sheriff who solved problems with common sense. Don Knotts was Barney Fife, the high-strung deputy whose enthusiasm exceeded his competence. Ron Howard played Opie, Andy's son. Frances Bavier was Aunt Bee, the loving homemaker. Christmas Eve arrives and crotchety businessman Ben Weaver demands Andy arrest moonshiner Sam Muggins. Andy complies but arrests Sam's entire family as accessories. He moves Christmas to the jail. Aunt Bee brings food, Barney dresses as the skinniest Santa ever, and Ellie brings eggnog. Ben keeps spying through windows, watching the warmth he's missing. He tries getting arrested through petty crimes. Andy realizes Ben's just lonely and wants to join, but won't admit it. Andy arrests him and lets Ben grab necessities from his store. Ben returns with a suitcase full of presents for everyone. The only Christmas episode they ever produced. Pure Mayberry magic, proving kindness beats the letter of the law. Number 18, The Brady Bunch, The Voice of Christmas, 1969.
I think we ought to postpone Christmas till Mom can talk again.
I'm for that.
Me too.
The Brady Bunch ran for 5 seasons on ABC, America's favorite blended family navigating life in their California ranch house. Robert Reed and Florence Henderson played Mike and Carol Brady, the perfect parents to 6 kids. Maureen McCormick, Eve Plum, and Susan Olsen were Marcia, Jan, and Cindy. Barry Williams, Christopher Knight, and Mike Lookinland played Greg, Peter, and Bobby. Ann B. Davis was Alice, the wisecracking housekeeper. Carol gets laryngitis right before her church Christmas solo. Youngest daughter Cindy asks the department store Santa to bring back Mommy's voice. He promises he will. Cue Mike's panic explaining to a 6-year-old why Santa might fail while preserving Christmas magic. Of course, Carol's voice miraculously returns Christmas morning. This episode saved the show from cancellation with its time slot ratings win. Wholesome manipulation at its finest. Number 17, Maude, The Christmas Party, 1975. Maude ran for 6 seasons on CBS, featuring Bea Arthur as the outspoken liberal feminist tackling controversial social issues. Bill Macy played Walter, her long-suffering 4th husband. Adrienne Barbeau was Carol, Maude's divorced daughter. The show never shied away from abortion, alcoholism, or political controversy. Walter hosts his annual office Christmas party at their home. Problem? Maude's militant feminist friend Stephanie is visiting, and she treats every conversation like a political debate. Walter begs Maude to keep Stephanie from preaching women's rights to his employees. Stephanie proceeds to do exactly that, criticizing goodwill to men and mankind while guests try to enjoy eggnog. Maude eventually tells her own friend to cool it. Even progressive Maude has limits. The episode features Maude dressed as Santa Claus, which Stephanie somehow finds offensive. The cognitive dissonance was spectacular. Number 16, Green Acres, An Old-Fashioned Christmas, 1966.
Hey, Mr. Douglas, how about singing us a Christmas song?
Oh, come on, Mr. Douglas. Come on.
Green Acres ran for 6 seasons on CBS, following Manhattan lawyer Oliver Douglas and his socialite wife Lisa after they abandoned Park Avenue for farm life. Eddie Albert played Oliver, the idealistic farmer constantly baffled by Hooterville's logic. Ava Gabor was Lisa, the glamorous Hungarian who tried making hot cakes fruitcake. The absurdist sitcom thrived on Oliver's straight man reactions to rural insanity. Oliver discovers Sam Drucker selling artificial Christmas trees that squirt genuine spruce spray and ooze fake sap. Horrified, Oliver demands an old-fashioned Christmas with a real tree. But Hooterville has conservation laws requiring permits to chop down trees. Even Mr. Ziffel prefers his aluminum tree. Oliver finally gets his permit, chops down a real tree, and neighbors gather to see what authentic Christmas looks like. Lisa's hot cake fruitcake sends everyone running. Mr. Haney sits on the roof sprinkling soap flakes for snow in 81-degree weather. Peak Green Acres absurdity. Number 15, The Twilight Zone, The Night of the Meek, 1960.
Someone should remind her that Christmas is more than barging up and down department store aisles.
The Twilight Zone ran for 5 seasons on CBS, Rod Serling's anthology series of science fiction, supernatural tales, and psychological twists that redefined television. Each episode ended with an unexpected revelation. Art Carney starred in this episode as Henry Corwin, an alcoholic department store Santa living in poverty. He gets fired for showing up drunk Christmas Eve. Still wearing his Santa suit, he stumbles through slums where children beg him for gifts and jobs for their daddies. Heartbroken and sobbing, Henry finds a magic burlap sack in an alley that produces whatever anyone wishes for. He spends Christmas Eve distributing gifts to everyone in the tenement. Police arrest him for distributing stolen goods. Then Henry boards a reindeer sleigh headed for the North Pole. He's become the real Santa Claus. Rod Serling's most heartwarming episode proves the meek can inherit the earth. Beautifully bittersweet Twilight Zone magic. Number 14, All in the Family, Christmas Day at the Bunkers, 1971.
Who are you?
All in the Family ran for 9 seasons on CBS, revolutionizing television by tackling racism, politics, and social issues through one bigoted working-class family in Queens. Carol O'Connor played Archie Bunker, the lovable bigot whose views horrified and entertained America. Jean Stapleton was Edith, his ditzy but kind-hearted wife. Rob Reiner played Mike Meathead Stivic, Archie's liberal son-in-law. Sally Struthers was Gloria, their daughter caught between her father and husband. Christmas dinner at the Bunkers meant political warfare disguised as holiday cheer. Archie and Mike inevitably clash over everything from religion to Nixon to the true meaning of Christmas. Edith tries keeping peace while serving dinner. Gloria mediates. The episode captures what family holidays actually feel like: love mixed with barely suppressed arguments about politics. Norman Lear proved Christmas episodes didn't need sentiment to have heart. Sometimes family means tolerating relatives you'd normally avoid. Number 13, Happy Days, Guess Who's Coming to Christmas, 1974.
How'd you people ever get through Thanksgiving?
Happy Days ran for 11 seasons on ABC, celebrating 1950s nostalgia with the Cunningham family and their greaser friend Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli in Milwaukee. Ron Howard played Richie Cunningham, the all-American teenager. Henry Winkler was Fonzie, the cool guy in a leather jacket who could make jukeboxes work with one hit. Tom Bosley and Marion Ross played Howard and Marion Cunningham, impossibly wholesome parents. Fonzie, who usually spends holidays alone, gets invited to the Cunningham Christmas. The episode explores what happens when the perpetually cool Fonzie faces genuine family warmth. For once, the leather-jacketed greaser drops his tough guy act. The Cunninghams welcome him like family, and Fonzie discovers what he's been missing. It's surprisingly touching watching TV's coolest character realize Christmas isn't about being cool. Sometimes the Fonz needs family too. Hey, pass the tissues. Number 12, The Lucy Show, Together for Christmas, 1962.
Have you got a nice turkey, Ernie?
Carmichael, would I have a turkey that wasn't nice?
I mean especially nice.
The Lucy Show ran for 6 seasons on CBS, following Lucille Ball as Lucy Carmichael, a widow raising 2 kids with her divorced friend Vivian. Ball continued her physical comedy genius. Vivian Vance returned as Vivian Bagley, Lucy's best friend and partner in chaos. The show maintained Lucy's talent for escalating simple situations into catastrophic disasters. Lucy devises a scheme to bring families together for a perfect Christmas. Because when has a Lucy scheme ever worked as planned? Her well-intentioned plan spirals into predictable chaos involving misunderstandings, physical comedy, and probably a destroyed living room. Lucy's desperation to create the perfect holiday inevitably creates the perfect disaster. Vivian watches in horror as everything unravels. But somehow, through the wreckage of Lucy's planning, Christmas magic prevails. Only Lucy could turn holiday cheer into slapstick catastrophe and still land the heartwarming ending. Classic ball mayhem wrapped in tinsel. Number 11, The Partridge Family, Don't Bring Your Guns to Town, Santa, 1971. The Partridge Family ran for 4 seasons on ABC, following a widowed mother and her 5 kids traveling in a psychedelic bus as a rock band. Shirley Jones played Shirley Partridge, the mom trying to raise kids while managing their music career. David Cassidy was Keith, the teen heartthrob lead singer who made teenage girls scream. The wholesome family band tackled teen issues between performances. The title alone promises chaos. Guns and Santa together? Someone greenlit this? The family's holiday plans collide with a situation involving firearms and Christmas. Only on early 70s television could you combine Santa Claus with gun-related drama in a family sitcom. The episode navigates this bizarre premise while maintaining the Partridge family's wholesome reputation. Somehow they pull off a heartwarming message about peace and goodwill despite the weapons. It's impressively strange watching America's most wholesome TV family deal with this plotline. Come on, get happy! And put down the guns? Number 10, Dragnet, The Big Little Jesus, 1953.
It was put up every year on December 22nd and taken down after the holy season.
Dragnet ran for 8 seasons on radio and TV. Jack Webb's groundbreaking police procedural that made "just the facts, ma'am" part of American vocabulary. Webb played Sergeant Joe Friday, the stone-faced LAPD detective whose monotone delivery became iconic. Ben Alexander was Officer Frank Smith, Friday's partner who balanced the deadpan with occasional warmth. The show revolutionized crime drama by focusing on procedure over sensationalism. Christmas Eve arrives and Father Rojas reports a crisis. Someone stole the baby Jesus statue from his church's nativity scene. The statue's worth? A couple bucks. Its value to the parish? Priceless. Friday and Smith have less than 24 hours to crack the case before Christmas Mass. They interview suspects, follow leads, and hit dead ends while the clock ticks down. The twist? A little boy borrowed baby Jesus to fulfill his promise. He prayed for a wagon and promised Jesus the first ride. The kid literally gave Jesus a ride in his new Christmas wagon before returning him to the manger. Webb loved this episode so much he remade it in 1967 with nearly identical dialogue and even the same actors playing some roles. Pure Dragnet heart wrapped in procedural efficiency. Sometimes the smallest cases matter most. Number 9, The Honeymooners. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, 1955.
Two of us hiding our Christmas gifts like we're a couple of kids and we couldn't wait to see them until tomorrow. What are you giving me?
The Honeymooners ran for 1 perfect season on CBS. 39 episodes of working class gold, starring Jackie Gleason's towering performance as Ralph Cramden. Gleason played the Brooklyn bus driver with big dreams and a bigger mouth. Audrey Meadows was Alice, his sharp-tongued wife who could deflate Ralph's ego with one withering glance. Art Carney brought Ed Norton to life, Ralph's sewer worker best friend whose dim-witted logic drove Ralph to threats of "to the moon." Joyce Randolph played Trixie Norton, Ed's wife and Alice's partner in sanity. Ralph's Christmas plan? Dress as Santa and surprise the Nortons' kid. Simple, right? Wrong. Ralph gets stuck in the chimney. Not metaphorically stuck, actually wedged in the Nortons' chimney like the world's angriest present. Ed tries pulling him out, Alice and Trixie try pushing him from below. Nothing works. Ralph spends Christmas Eve trapped in a sooty prison while everyone panics about how to extract 300 pounds of bus driver from a residential chimney. They eventually have to call the fire department. The humiliation was legendary. Peak honeymooners physical comedy wrapped in working class Christmas spirit. Ralph's dreams always exceeded his waistline's ability to execute them. To the moon, indeed. Number 8. Different Strokes. Santa's Helper, 1982.
Now look over to me and smile. Come on, look at me. Have a big smile. Wait a minute. Arnold, would you please come out here?
Different Strokes ran for 8 seasons on NBC, following wealthy white businessman Philip Drummond, who adopts 2 black boys from Harlem after their mother dies. Gary Coleman played Arnold Jackson, the precocious younger brother with the famous catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" Todd Bridges was Willis, the protective older brother. Conrad Bain played Mr. Drummond, the well-meaning millionaire. Dana Plato rounded out the family as Kimberly, Drummond's biological daughter. Arnold needs money for Christmas presents and meets Mr. Jones, a street corner Santa collecting for orphans. Arnold helps him ring bells and collect donations. Plot twist, Mr. Jones cases the Drummond penthouse, then returns Christmas Eve to rob them blind. Santa steals Christmas. The irony was not lost on anyone. A very special episode that taught kids, stranger danger applies to Santas too. Number 7, Mork and Mindy, Mork's First Christmas, 1978.
It's over, the party's over, Boulder's had it.
What are you talking about?
There's a plague, it's an epidemic, it's called Christmas.
Mork and Mindy ran for 4 seasons on ABC, the Happy Days spin-off that launched Robin Williams into superstardom by letting him play an alien discovering Earth. Williams played Mork from Ork, the extraterrestrial whose manic energy and impressions made every episode unpredictable. Pam Dauber was Mindy McConnell, his human friend who explained Earth customs while falling for the alien weirdo. Conrad Janis played Fred, Mindy's father who tolerated Mork's chaos. The show was basically Williams doing stand-up comedy disguised as a sitcom. Mork experiences Christmas for the first time and immediately misunderstands everything. He thinks carolers singing Deck the Halls are a gang threatening to attack Monty Hall's family. He believes Christmas is a plague epidemic causing brain damage because everyone's acting crazy. Mindy explains the holiday's meaning while Mork creates handmade gifts that horrify everyone. They're bizarre even by alien standards. Susan Taylor, Mindy's snobbish friend, joins them for Christmas and storms out when Mork's gifts prove too weird. A neighborhood kid named Eugene teaches Mork the Christmas basics: tree, turkey, presents. Number 5, Bewitched, A Vision of Sugar Plums, 1964. Bewitched ran for 8 seasons on ABC, following Samantha Stevens, a witch trying to live as a mortal housewife in suburban Connecticut. Elizabeth Montgomery played Samantha, the nose-twitching witch with powers she promised not to use. Dick York was Darren Stevens, her advertising executive husband who loathed magic. Agnes Moorehead stole every scene as Endora, Samantha's mother who despised Darren and loved causing chaos. Most episodes featured magical disasters, despite Samantha's best efforts. Christmas at the Stevens house means Endora interfering with holiday plans using witchcraft. She probably enchants decorations, hexes the turkey, or turns Darren's boss into something embarrassing. Samantha tries fixing everything without Darren noticing she's using magic. The episode balances supernatural chaos with sincere Christmas spirit. Only Bewitched could make magical mayhem feel wholesome. Endora's disdain for mortal holidays provides comedy, while Samantha saves Christmas through quick thinking and nose-twitching. Very special magic indeed. Number 4. The Golden Girls, The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1986.
They're very popular back home. It took me nearly a week to whittle it.
The Golden Girls ran for 7 seasons on NBC, following 4 older women sharing a Miami home while trading savage one-liners and cheesecake confessions. Bea Arthur played Dorothy, who could destroy you with a single withering glare. Betty White was Rose, with endless baffling St. Olaf stories. Rue McClanahan played Blanche, treating flirting like competitive sport. Estelle Getty was Sophia, who had absolutely zero filter whatsoever. The girls have flights booked and holiday cheer dialed to 10. They stop at a grief counseling center to pick up Rose and walk straight into a hostage situation. Merry Christmas, ladies. A depressed man in a Santa suit waves a toy gun, blocking the exit. Sophia takes one look, announces it's fake, and the crisis ends. They race to the airport only to find all flights canceled. Stuck in a diner sulking, they realize they're already family. So they run the diner themselves Christmas Eve. Only the Golden Girls can survive a hostage crisis and canceled flights while landing a found family moment. Thank you for being a friend through trauma. Number 3. Saved by the Bell, Home for Christmas, 1991. Saved by the Bell ran for 4 seasons on NBC, following 6 Bayside High students navigating teenage life in sun-drenched California. Mark Paul Gosselaar played Zach Morris, the scheming pretty boy who always got the girl, even though Zach Morris is trash. Tiffany Thiessen was Kelly Kapowski, the cheerleader and Zach's perpetual love interest. Mario Lopez brought muscle as AC Slater, the jock devoted to sleeveless shirts. Elizabeth Berkley played Jessie Spano, the overachieving activist famous for her caffeine pill meltdown. The gang picks up mall jobs for Christmas vacation. Zach focuses on himself, setting out to make cash and impress girls. Enter Laura, a sweet new employee who catches his attention. Then the show takes a sharp turn into very special episode territory. Zach discovers Laura and her father aren't just mall employees, they're homeless. One minute they're joking about Santa suits, the next they're confronting poverty in a Southern California shopping center. Zach learns humility in 12 minutes flat. Sincere, well-meaning, and capable of giving you emotional whiplash between a laugh track and a life lesson. That's Bayside for you. Number 2, Good Times. Sometimes there's no bottom in the bottle, 1974.
I ain't sick, I ain't nervous, and I ain't upset.
Good Times ran for 6 seasons on CBS, following the Evans family in a Chicago housing project navigating poverty with humor and dignity. Esther Roll played Florida, the devout matriarch holding everything together through faith and willpower. John Amos was James, constantly chasing steady employment. Jimmy Walker played JJ, the wisecracking artist with "Dynamite" catchphrase. Jeanette Dubois was Willona, the sharp-tongued neighbor. The show balanced sharp comedy with unflinching looks at economic struggle. Christmas arrives, and Florida, overwhelmed by poverty and stress, starts drinking heavily. Not cute holiday drinking, serious alcoholism threatening to destroy their family during the season of joy. James discovers empty bottles. The kids watch their rock-solid mother crumble. No laugh track softens this. The episode tackles addiction with brutal honesty, while Christmas decorations mock their struggles. Florida eventually confronts her problem, but the episode never pretends fixing it is simple. Good Times proves sitcoms could address real pain without losing their soul. Sometimes there really is no bottom in the bottle. Heavy, unflinching, absolutely devastating television. Number 1, Roseanne, White Trash Christmas, 1993.
I don't want to go to the ballet. Ballets are for girls.
DJ.
Roseanne ran for 9 seasons on ABC, following the Connor family in Lanford, Illinois, navigating working-class life with brutal honesty and sharp humor. Roseanne Barr played Roseanne Connor, the wisecracking matriarch who never sugarcoated reality. John Goodman was Dan, her devoted husband and partner in chaos. The show revolutionized sitcoms by casting leads resembling average Americans rather than Hollywood stars. The Connors receive a memo from the Neighborhood Association demanding they tone down their tacky outdoor Christmas decorations. The association has implemented a simple white lights only policy. Dan and Roseanne's response? Declare war. They create the most gloriously gaudy, horrifically tacky Christmas display imaginable while technically following the rules. It's suburban warfare waged with weaponized bad taste. Meanwhile, Becky takes a job at Buns, a Hooters-style restaurant, causing family drama. The episode embraces white trash aesthetics proudly, turning class conflict into comedy gold. The Connors refuse to be controlled by snobbish neighbors. Their retaliation? Maximum tackiness as rebellion. It's petty, it's brilliant, and it's absolutely perfect. Never underestimate a working class family's commitment to annoying their neighbors with Christmas lights.